Get ready, crypto fam. Bitcoin Bulletin is dropping hot takes you need to hear. First up, did Strive just pull a Warren Buffett with a massive acquisition? We're diving deep into that all-stock deal and what it means for the crypto treasury space. Then, we're breaking down the latest Bitcoin price dip. Why did it fall so fast, and what's next? Plus, a massive $675 million BTC purchase that's shaking up the market. And we've got the inside scoop on why Bitcoin is down today, with key levels to watch. You don't want to miss this. Hit that like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Strive acquires Semler Scientific in all-stock deal, signaling major shift in crypto treasuries. In a move that has sent ripples through the financial world, Bitcoin treasury company Strive has announced an all-stock acquisition of Semler Scientific. This deal is significant because Semler Scientific, holding over 5,000 Bitcoin, was trading below the market value of its holdings, making it a prime target for consolidation in the burgeoning crypto treasury sector. Strive's acquisition strategy echoes the go big or go home mentality seen in large-scale investments, akin to Warren Buffett's approach with Berkshire Hathaway's vast cash reserves, aiming to make a substantial impact in the race to accumulate Bitcoin. The acquisition saw Semler Scientific shareholders receive 21.04 Class A common shares of Strive for each Semler share, valuing Semler at $90.52 per share, a premium of over 210% to its previous closing price. Despite the celebratory premium, Strive's stock saw a decline of over 11% in trading, while Semler Scientific's stock initially surged before giving back most gains. Analysts, including Matt Levine, have long predicted such stock-for-stock mergers within the Bitcoin treasury space, suggesting that companies trading at lower premiums would eventually be acquired by those with higher valuations. This deal, valued at approximately $1.4 billion, includes Semler's $564 million in Bitcoin holdings and its cash flow positive diagnostics business, acquired at a price-to-free cash flow ratio of about 17. This bold move by Strive, even with an initial 3% unrealized loss on its Bitcoin purchase due to market fluctuations, highlights a strategic push towards consolidating Bitcoin holdings. The crypto community is buzzing about this, with many seeing it as a validation of the corporate Bitcoin treasury model and a potential catalyst for further consolidation. The market is now watching closely to see if this acquisition will indeed be the elephant gun move that reshapes the landscape of Bitcoin treasury management. Don't go anywhere, because the Bitcoin market just experienced a massive liquidation event, and we've got the full breakdown. Plus, find out which other major players are doubling down on Bitcoin despite the downturn. Bitcoin price plummets amid profit-taking and government shutdown fears. Bitcoin experienced a significant downturn, falling below the $113,000 mark this week. This sharp decline is attributed to a combination of factors, including aggressive profit-taking by investors and growing concerns over a potential U.S. government shutdown. These macroeconomic uncertainties are creating a cautious sentiment across the broader financial markets, directly impacting cryptocurrency valuations. The market saw a substantial liquidation event, amplifying the downward momentum as key support levels were breached. Despite a recent rate cut by the U.S. Federal Reserve, traders remain apprehensive about upcoming inflation data, PCE results, and future Federal Reserve actions. Bitcoin's fall below the crucial $115,000 support zone has raised questions about its current strength, increasing the risk of further downside. Traders are closely monitoring critical price zones, with resistance capping upward moves around $117,000, $118,000. While the $114,500 zone has offered some temporary floor, the immediate support level now rests at $112,000. A break below this could expose Bitcoin to further declines, potentially targeting the $110,000 support and even lower into the low $100,000s if selling pressure intensifies due to weak economic data or other macro events. This price action has sparked intense discussion across crypto forums, with many investors reassessing their positions. The current dip is seen by some as a healthy correction, while others fear a more prolonged bear trend. The ability of Bitcoin to stabilize above $112,000 and then $114,500 will be crucial in determining the short-term outlook, and whether this is merely a pause or the beginning of a deeper pullback. But while some are pulling back, others are going all in. We're revealing which Bitcoin treasury firms are making massive buys right now, including a $675 million acquisition that's changing the game. Bitcoin treasury firms boldly buy the dip amidst market volatility. Despite a recent and sharp downturn in Bitcoin's price, several major Bitcoin treasury firms are demonstrating unwavering confidence by announcing significant new purchases. This wave of buying activity from key players suggests a strong belief in Bitcoin's long-term potential, even in the face of short-term market fluctuations and broader economic uncertainty. Among the most notable moves, Strive has announced a monumental merger with Semler Scientific, marking a significant consolidation in the corporate Bitcoin space. This strategic union was immediately followed by a substantial Bitcoin acquisition totaling $675 million for the combined entity, which is expected to hold over 10,900 Bitcoins. Elsewhere, Michael Saylor's strategy firm has committed $99.7 million to Bitcoin, showcasing continued aggressive accumulation despite facing stock dilution concerns and recent S&P 500 snub. Japanese BTC holder Metaplanet has also entered the fray with an enormous $632 million purchase, significantly boosting its treasury to 25,555 Bitcoins and marking its largest buy ever. These substantial commitments come at a critical juncture. Bitcoin treasury firms have recently navigated challenges, including rising demand for altcoins and predictions of broader market risks. The recent unexpected tumble in BTC's price added another layer of difficulty. However, rather than retreating, these firms are actively doubling down, signaling robust conviction. The sheer scale of these purchases, by entities often referred to as whales, could potentially stem further price drops and even catalyze a recovery in the crypto markets. The market is keenly observing the impact of these large-scale investments. The sustained confidence and capital deployment by major Bitcoin treasuries are widely seen as a positive signal that can encourage broader market sentiment and potentially attract further institutional interest. But is this dip just a temporary pause? We're breaking down the exact reasons Bitcoin is trading lower today and the critical levels traders are watching. Bitcoin price dips 3% to $112,763 amid liquidation and macro uncertainty. Bitcoin experienced a notable decline today, September 22, 2025, trading down approximately 3% and reaching $112,763.26. This downward movement is attributed to a confluence of factors, primarily large-scale long liquidations and pervasive uncertainty in the broader macroeconomic landscape. The market has recently witnessed a significant number of long positions being liquidated, which tends to exacerbate downward price momentum, especially when key support levels or moving averages are broken. This phenomenon amplifies selling pressure and can trigger further price drops. Despite a recent rate cut by the U.S. Federal Reserve, investor and trader sentiment remains cautious, heavily influenced by upcoming inflation data, the PCE results, and anticipated future actions by the Fed. This uncertainty creates a risk-off environment, impacting Bitcoin's valuation. Bitcoin has fallen below several critical moving averages, notably losing the $115,000 zone, which had previously acted as a significant support level. This breach has led traders to question the current strength of the cryptocurrency, raising concerns about the potential for further downside. Key price zones are under intense scrutiny. The $117,000 band has repeatedly capped upward price movements, while the $114,500 zone has provided some temporary relief during pullbacks. However, the immediate support level now appears to be around $112,000. For Bitcoin to regain upward momentum and attempt a retest of resistance levels above $117,000. It must first establish stability above the $112,000, and then the $114,500 support ranges. This stabilization would likely require an improved market mood, characterized by reduced forced selling, positive economic news, and encouraging developments regarding institutional adoption or regulatory clarity. Conversely, if selling momentum accelerates, driven by weak economic indicators or other negative catalysts, a drop towards $110,000 or even lower into the 100,000s becomes a tangible risk. And that's the breakdown. Stick around for our lightning round recap and your full call to action. And that's a wrap on today's Bitcoin Bulletin. We saw Strive make a massive acquisition of Semler Scientific. Bitcoin experienced a significant price dip amid market uncertainty. Major treasury firms are doubling down with huge purchases, and we broke down the key reasons for Bitcoin's recent drop. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for all your crypto news, hit that notification bell so you never miss an update, leave a comment with your thoughts, and follow us on all our socials. We'll see you next time.